Culleton County Det. Laura Rutland testifies about footprints at crime scene. Culleton County Det. Laura Rutland testifies about footprints at crime scene. Alex Murdaugh arrives to the Culleton County Courthouse January 27, 2023, for the third day of his double murder trial. Mark Sims for Fox News Digital. Culleton County Det. Laura Rutland was called as the state's first witness Friday and the seventh witness in the prosecution's case against Alex Murdaugh. She said she was one of the last first responders on the scene and her job was to prepare the search warrant for Moselle, the hunting property where Maggie and Paul were murdered. She said she first noticed an overwhelming smell, then saw Paul's body under a sheet. There was brain, blood, hair, skull matter all within the feed room, she said of the gruesome scene. She next approached Maggie's body 30 feet away. Rutland noticed some footprints on the sandy side of the shed in between some tractors that went one direction then turned around and came back toward where the bodies were found. She said the foot impressions were similar to the shoes Maggie had on. Posted by Rebecca Rosenberg. Share. What crimes is Alex Murdaugh accused of? Alex Murdaugh is led into Culleton County Courthouse in Walterboro, South Carolina on Tuesday, January 24, 2023, Mark Sims for Fox News Digital. Alex Murdaugh is accused of gunning down his son, Paul, and his wife, Maggie, on June 7, 2021, near the dog kennels on their sprawling 1,700-acre hunting estate known as Moselle in Islandton, South Carolina. Prosecutors say he used a shotgun to blow off his son's head, which was severed from his body, according to court papers. Maggie was shot with a semi-automatic rifle 5 times including in the back of the head and died about 30 yards from her son, according to police and court papers. Prosecutors have suggested that the family patriarch murdered Paul and Maggie over mounting debts and fear that his decades-long schemes to embezzle money from his clients would be exposed. Murdaugh has denied involvement. He alleges that he found his wife and son's lifeless bodies at 10:06 p.m. when he placed a hysterical 911 call to police. He has one surviving son, Richard Buster Murdaugh. Posted by Fox News. Share. Third day of Murdaugh trial testimony will be live-streamed on foxnews.com. The third day of testimony in the double murder trial of Alex Murdaugh will be live-streamed on foxnews.com. Testimony is scheduled to begin again around 9:30 a.m. ET. Posted by Greg Norman. Share. How prosecutors plan to link Alex Murdaugh to crime scene. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Seri reports that prosecutors have said they will be able to use cell phone data and gunshot residue to prove Alex Murdaugh was at the crime scene at the time the shootings took place. Defense attorney Dick Harputlian told the court Thursday there is no eyewitness, there is no camera, there is no fingerprints, there is no forensics tying him to the crime, none. Posted by Greg Norman. Share. Alex Murdaugh case is the state's to lose, attorney Lori Murray says. South Carolina attorney Lori Murray told Fox News America Reports Thursday that the double murder trial is the state's to lose. She made the remark after SGT. Daniel Green admitted on cross-examination with defense attorney Dick Harputlian that first responders to the double homicide did not wear protective gowns or booties to preserve evidence. Culleton County wasn't prepared for anything like this at all. So they weren't prepared for it. This crime scene is going to get contaminated anyway and I hope that the state will make that argument, she said. It's going to get contaminated just from the fact that it is outdoors. We don't know now which footprints belong to the killer, which ones belong to the police department, she continued. That is going to be what Dick Harputlian hammers down on. I have said all along that this case is the state's to lose, Murray also said. There were some mistakes made. Dick Harputlian you can bet is going to make sure he points out every single one of them and that's the first he has pointed out. Posted by Greg Norman. Share. Highlights from second day of Murdaugh trial as third day of testimony is coming up. Highlights from second day of Murdaugh trial as third day of testimony is coming up. Chief Prosecuting Attorney Creighton Waters, left, asks Daniel Green, a sergeant with the Culleton County Sheriff's Office to identify the 12-gauge shotgun, presented as evidence in Alex Murdaugh's double murder trial at the Culleton County Courthouse in Walterboro, South Carolina, on Thursday, January 26. Grace B. Malford / the state via AP. The third day of testimony in Alex Murdaugh's double murder trial is set to begin at 9:30 a.m. ET. During the second day of the trial on Thursday, prosecutors played Alex Murdaugh's disturbing 911 calls after he allegedly shot his wife and son. SGT. Daniel Green admitted on cross-examination that first responders to the double homicide did not wear protective gowns or booties to preserve evidence. Prosecutor Creighton Waters also showed jurors the shotgun that Murdaugh had on him when Green arrived on the night of the murders. The second day of the testimony portion of Murdaugh's double murder trial wrapped up Thursday at about 5:30 p.m. after 6 witnesses took the stand. Murdaugh has been indicted on murder charges of the shooting deaths of his wife Maggie Murdaugh and youngest son Paul Murdaugh. He faces up to life without parole and a minimum of 30 years in prison, if convicted.